Okay, bench time. Yeah, I was trying to think of something to say. But anyways, you better stick around till the end if you want to know. I have the Primo steroid tier list. Okay, and I don't want to hear any fucking wise guys. They're gonna be commenting. They're gonna be telling me that Proviron's good, or that what else? I don't know. Deca should be in like the S tier, or I didn't even mention that it slowly makes you insulin resistant. I mean, that's not really that much of an issue compared to the neurotoxicity and how you probably need some estrogen management if you're going to use it. But I cover most of the main stuff. There's the kind of the rare stuff. It wasn't in the little pre-made thing that I found. But I mean, who the hell even uses that? It's like, oh, you didn't review check drops. Check drops you use like once a year. And then you didn't talk about methyltranolone. Yeah, that's another thing you don't use very much. Or what the hell else? I can't think. Or like there's trend suspension. I think I do mention that, but these things, they're around where I live. You can't get that. I mean, maybe some of these things you could get. They say that on the bottle, but I don't think that it's actually. I don't think you're getting what it says in the bottle. Holy cow, those arms are skinny. Or if you're a bodybuilding guy, I want you write down in the comments what I need to do to get my forearms bigger. And I know my bench form kind of sucks. But bench now is just an accessory for overhead press. And I'm recording this on Wednesday night. This was on Tuesday that I did all this stuff. My traps are still feeling kind of, my traps are still tight and kind of ballooned up from doing those shrugs on Monday. Anyways, I think I started bulking up, and basically just eat a shitload of fucking pasta. That's the secret. There's like, you know, I've got a Discord for the channel, and people are asking me questions. Especially if you're a novice, you know, once you get a little further in, then you want to start like, you know, taking extra supplements or ancillaries, especially if you're using PEDs. But basically, when you start out, you just have to hit a certain calorie amount and then a certain protein amount, and make sure it's all animal protein, because you don't count the stuff that isn't animal protein. And because the other things, like, I don't know, the protein you get in like peanut butter or something like that, people say that's a good protein source. That's terrible, because, you know, you got to think of your fat to protein ratio, but also it doesn't have all of the essential amino acids. And so, yeah, if you're, let's say, like the one program or the one like protocol I gave for the guy, if you weigh like 180 or 190, you want to eat like, you need to eat 4,000 calories a day. And for some people, they think that's crazy. I the other day I'd eat like over 5,500 calories, and some guys like over 5,000 calories is, what the hell did he say? He said it was really hard. Well, I mean, you don't go from like 2,500 to 5,000. You go from 2,500 to 3,200, and yeah, you don't just because I've done that where I add like 2,500 calories on top of my, like, I go from one day's 5,000 to the next day's 7,500. I've done that, and you're gonna feel sick, basically, and 2 days in, you're gonna be like nauseous. All right, so today I'm pasta mixing, and so this together is probably a lot. Okay, it's 400 something grams, but I didn't have enough of this to have a meal. I didn't have enough of this, and my body's actually sore. And those, well, first of all, the Demouche training has well, just a minute. There we go. I got my shirt off because I didn't want to put on a clean shirt, and my other shirt was too dirty to. There we go. I'll just have this posture. I'm like you. I'll be like a Koopa. I don't know if Gray Strong has that much fucking hair on his. Nah. Anyways, there we go. Maybe I should go put a shirt on. No, I'll just put my head in the frame. So, gonna eat a lot. I said I was gonna do press 3 days a week, but doing bench twice a week and press 2 days a week. Now that my press is 275, that's too much, and I can't recover from that. And so Wednesday will be a day off, and then I gotta do my neck training today, and that's always fun. I couldn't do it every day, couldn't recover, because I did it, I don't know, like 3 days in a row or something. Can't remember, but the last time I did it, I was having a lot of trouble just hitting the number that I had, because I'm just doing these holds. I was having a lot of trouble just holding it for like the same time that I did the day before. And yeah, so we'll see. I'm just gonna eat. The thing about pasta that's really good compared to rice is all I do is once I put it into the pot, once it boils, you put it in, and it tells you right on the bag how long to cook it. So there's no excuse to overcook it. Don't overcook. Make sure it's al dente. Don't overcook your pasta. I mean, but then again, I'm not making it very fancy. All I did was put some salt in the water, and then I'm going to use butter. I have some passata, but I don't have bacon. But there's the fancier recipes. But so basically, I just do 2 recipes, but I didn't feel like doing the fancier one. The butter one's good enough. And yeah, I just put it in there, turn it down to like a simmer, stir it once, and it won't stick. And well, thankfully they both take 14 minutes, because I don't usually mix pasta. But sometimes, let's say you got one like the rigatoni, takes 14 minutes, and then there's fusilli, which takes like, I don't know, 8 minutes. Or I have some what's it, farfalle? No, that's farfalle. That takes 14 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I'm gonna do those like power shrugs once a week. Those things work pretty good, and so we'll see how this new program goes. I'm gonna invent my own program, and then I'll sell it, or you can just watch the videos, and then you'll know exactly what to do. Because man, who doesn't want to have traps up to their ears? You just gotta. Yeah, who doesn't want to have traps up to their ears? I got another thing I'm doing is I have some yogurt, or last night I had kefir, yogurt, cottage cheese, or kefir before bed. The thing about dairy products are high in tryptophan, and so that's why people say, like, you have a glass of milk, or a warm glass of milk before you go to bed. I don't think the warmth is more of a comfort thing, but yeah, the tryptophan does work to make you more tired, but I just did that. I started doing that. I watched a Vigorous Steve video. Basically, I watch a Vigorous Steve video, and then I add some new protocol to my list, or add some new supplement to my list. And so, sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's just a waste of money. Because lots of these supplements are like a 0.5%. Maybe not even that much. They'll make like a 0.5% difference in your performance. Wait, just in case Chad watches it, I want to make sure he's like grimacing or cringing when he hears the squeaks. But we just finished this up. There was a guy in the Discord that says that the guy was talking about drinking cream instead of milk, and then I guess. What the hell did he say? I guess as a joke, he says he puts 3 ice cream scoops in his coffee. And like I was saying that, fat You don't want to have more than 50 grams of fat per day. But I mean, that's sort of low fat diet. That's doable if you're small. Well, actually, it's not really a small issue. It's like an appetite issue, because let's say I wanted to bulk up, and so if I wanted to bulk up, I'd have to eat like mid 5,000s. Okay, if I wanted to gain some weight, maybe I'd probably eat 6,000 a day. And so, I need 300 grams of protein. That's 300 grams. That's 1,200 calories. And then if I just had 50 grams of fat, that's 450 calories, and so that brings me up to 1,650. So that means I have to eat over 4,000 calories just in carbs. So I have to have over 1,000 grams of carbs. And I don't know. Let's check out the nutrition facts. Okay. So it's 1/6 of the package. You get. Okay, so 360 grams if you ate the whole thing. Okay, so you'd have to eat like You'd have to eat what? You'd almost have to eat 3 of those in one day, just to get 1,000 grams of carbs. Apparently, Hafthor Bjornsson, when he was training for his 501 kilogram deadlift, was eating, or maybe World's Strongest Man, he was eating 4,000 calories a day in just rice. That isn't including all the other carbs that he's eating.
Alright. Demos here. This is a really good angle. Really brings up my head. Pretty sure you that hairy boy. This looks fucking terrible. Okay, we'll do this angle. There we go. Alright, gotta do 142. Or 135, actually. Alright, only another minute. Well, this is gonna be pretty good. Yeah, I don't do the bottom thing up just in case. So I don't want to get my neck busted with the weight. So it'll just fall off if my head goes back. Yup, just chilling. Body is really sore today. And really tired. I'm taking a day off tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to it, although I gotta work all day. Okay, here's my sweet Les Paul. Well, it's not a real Les Paul, it's a Japanese knockoff, but it's still good quality. Oh man, and then behind that I've got my Zephyr string. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. This. I don't know. Okay. 15 more seconds. 15 more seconds. This better pay off. This neck better be looking fucking huge pretty soon. Okay. Only 26.5 pounds, but that shit gets heavy. Trust.
Steroid time. This is the updated tier list. Chad, don't stop doing trumpet sneezing. Should I close my door? That's the only way he can sneeze, because he has snot. He's bringing it out of his the bottom of his lungs. That's the only way to get it out. So, anyways, this one's better because you can see me. Okay, and that's what you guys tune in for. All right. So first of all, I already did a take on this, and the Deus Ex music was too loud. Now it's not even playing because I need to have some sort of background noise. Otherwise, you just hear the rumbling of the bass from my computer. All right. It's like the old humming from those like gigantic TVs. I can't remember what they're called, but I remember my parents had a Zenith. That thing had a good hum to it. That thing was a freaking beast. Probably weighed 100 freaking pounds. Anyways, some of these things aren't even steroids. So this is a steroid tier list. Yeah, some of these aren't even steroids. Like Clen, growth hormone, insulin. Proviron's just trash. That's trash tier. That doesn't build any muscle. Something to do with sex hormone binding globulin. Some wise guy said that it should go in like A tier, S tier, which this would be S, A, B, F, Z. Maybe you should go into Z. No. We'll save Z for, let's go. Zoomer, Wig Twink. Yeah, there we go. I probably can't even write the full word. So you know what I'm trying to say. Wig. As in like something you know, it's sort of like replacement haircut. Sarms, trash. Why would you use Sarms when you have the tried and tested? I guess tried and tested mean the same thing. The tried and true steroids, which are also cheaper. And people don't really know the side effects of some of these Sarms. Some of the side effects are known, like if you take, I don't know, what the hell is it? There's one of them that makes you see yellow. So if, Jad's got a lot of snot in his lungs. So, you know, if you want to see yellow, if you want to have, like, I don't know, Predator vision, like Predator, like 1987 Arnold, I'm sure he has one sort of, like, filter that allows him to see yellow, okay? But you could have that if you want to take that, if you want to go down the SARMs road. But people mainly take SARMs, and it's people, by people I mean teenagers, guys in their early 20s, they take SARMs because you don't have to inject it. And it's a dropper. Maybe the droppers taste good too. So it's a dropper or a pill. And droppers are terrible because it's hard. You know, is every drop going to be the same size? I mean, not every pill is the exact dosage. Like, let's say it's like 20 milligrams of Rad 140. Not every single pill is 20 milligrams. Some are like 18, some might be 21, some might be 0. So, trash. Below trash. Maybe we'll just call it Chud tier. Well, no, Chud's still above. I'm kind of have a soft spot for Chud. You can hear the, okay, apparently I don't know how to click buttons anymore. This is Chud tier. Okay? And there's a lot of fucking bass going on around here. And that's not just my sweet voice. Alright, clenbuterol, trash. This is terrible for your heart. And, I think that's the guy, they have a giant roller that also vibrates, and it works like a charm, but it kind of ruins my recording. And so, and he's getting closer. He's getting really close. Hopefully he's gonna drive in the house. Holy cow, this is crazy. Maybe I'll lift this thing up. Oh, there we go. Okay, I just need to not have it on the... Okay, there we go. He turned it off for a minute. It sounds like he turned on his freaking giant vacuum cleaner. Alright, so T3. I sound like one of those girls that, let's say they're recording a video and they'll be like, do you have to be mowing the lawn right now? There's a town. Who cares? Who cares? Let's talk about something that's like serious, okay, and that really matters. T3, or clenbuterol. Stimulant people take it to use to burn fat. This will probably ruin your sleep and it messes up your heart. Don't use that. Oh, we gotta lift my mic up again. There we go. Well, what was that? The guy's just messing with me. I'm gonna have to always be. I'm gonna have to be vigilant with it. I'm gonna have to keep my hand on this mic. All right, T3, trash. You should just clean up your diet because that's a thyroid hormone. Man, that's annoying. You guys don't mind that bass, do you? Holy shit. Now I know where they're coming from, okay? But this is the thyroid hormone, and it's going to speed up your metabolism. People take this because if you take T4, which is thyroxine, the T3 is cytomel. Your body has to convert thyroxine into cytomel. And I'll just hold it on my belly like this. There we go. My belly's not rumbling. I ate a lot of food. Yeah, it's kind of like a cheat code. Some of these things, it's like I want to eat like a piggy, and I don't want to get fat. What's another one that allows you to do that a little bit? Trenbolone can do that. There's Tren. Tren's pretty good, but yeah, because it actually gives you muscle. These two, this just fucks up your heart, or this one fucks up your heart. This one can. You can actually, if you take too much T3, it can be catabolic too. Anavar, pretty good. Well, Trenbolone. We'll talk about Trenbolone. So Trenbolone is a 19 nortestosterone, and it would be in legendary tier, but it's too neurotoxic, and some people it turns them into psychopaths, or more of a psychopath. I think you already have to be kind of like a rabid squirrel man, a rabid ferret. Rabid, like you have to be like a Tasmanian devil already to be turned into like a total head case by taking Trenbolone. And Trenbolone acetate's better because it gets in your system fast, and it gets out of your system fast. So if you can't handle it, then it'll be mostly out of your system in like 3 days. And since it gets into your system fast, you can start getting gains fast. And the nutrient partitioning from Trenbolone is unrivaled, in my experience. And well, it also, if you it also allows you to you aren't going to be gaining too much fat if you're taking Trenbolone. I don't recommend taking any of these things. This is just my opinion, and you should consult your doctor. And I'm not a doctor. You should consult your doctor before taking any sorts of medications. What's next? I want to put this thing back on the fucking desk, but as soon as I do that, fucking guy, he's probably. Well, I'm not live streaming, but if I was, he'd be stream sniping me. But instead he's recording sniping me. Dball, pretty good. It gives you really good. It gives you pretty good strength. You're going to be putting on some water. Well, I think the main thing that makes you stronger is the water. And people say they feel good on this because it aromatizes into methyl estradiol, which estrogen does give you kind of a relaxed feeling. And I don't know if I ever felt that, but that's because I've never really taken a low dose of test with Dball. That might be another experiment. I guess I could do that now, but because I'm only taking 400 milligrams of test, but I don't have any Dball. I do have Anavar though, and so Anavar is going in the legendary tier because Anavar has minimal side effects, meaning it doesn't. There's not too much wear on your liver or stress on your liver, and you get decent strength out of it, and it also improves collagen synthesis. So I added in. I said I wasn't going to take orals, but I added in 10 milligrams of Anavar every other day, and because I got this sore like shoulder / pec, and I did my bench workout today, and it actually feels really good. And it's not because of the Anavar; it's because the Anavar is just going to help with the recovery. But if you got a boo-boo, which is I have a boo-boo, not an injury, because I think of the old football mentality when I played football. Let's say you get hurt, and then the thing is like, are you injured or are you hurt? Okay. Football can be kind of cringe, but basically I just have a boo-boo because I assume for me an injury is something that makes it so you can't perform. Okay, Anavar's up here. Deca, chud tier, because it's neurotoxic. I don't know, probably a little bit less than Tren, but it doesn't nearly work as good as Tren does. And people say it helps with like joint lubrication because they're both 19-or testosterones, and that increases the activity of the aromatase enzyme, and so you're going to be getting more estrogen from your testosterone. And people say if you have like low estrogen, then you get more creaky, but higher estrogen would have the opposite effect, apparently. And some people say this thing is anti-inflammatory. That might have another effect on your joints, or a beneficial effect on your joints, or at least a feeling. I don't know. I don't think if you have tendonitis, this probably isn't going to help. Yeah, I was thinking in my IT band, I'm like, maybe I should get some Deca. No, it doesn't work that good. People really overblow these things, or they're like, oh, you take Dball and all your lifts go up by 20 pounds. Yeah, if you're not training that hard, because it's just a mental thing. Dball does not make your lifts go up by 20 pounds if you're someone who actually trains properly. If you take it for a while, yeah, your lifts will go up by 20 pounds, but not instantly. You take it in an hour later, and then you're that much stronger. You were redlining before, and now you're redlining even further with Dball. Yeah, get the hell out of here. Growth hormone, chud. Extremely expensive if you want real stuff, and it doesn't really give you too many gains. Because you get a little bit of strength out of it because it'll make you put on some more water, but in terms of Tony Hughes says permanent muscle, you blast this, you get permanent muscle. No, that takes a long time, and you're going to be growing everything you don't want to as well. Which is why some guys have horns on their head. Their cranium comes out to like it's pointy on the sides of their head, like Rich Piano or what the hell's that guy? King Kamali, the guy who's on Dave Palumbo's podcast once in a while. I don't know if that guy's used a lot of growth, but he's got the head, and then you got the Dallas McCarver nose. You want to have a nose like that? Well, I mean, Rocky Marciano had a nose like that, but that's because he got punched in the face 100 times, maybe 200 times, maybe 1,000 times. But you imagine you got a nose that looked like you got punched in the face 1,000 times without even getting, without being a professional boxer. So, anyways, oh shit, this mic is way too sensitive. Okay, I'm gonna put this thing back down. You just wait for it. You just wait for it. So, trash. This is people say it's an expensive fat burner. It makes you acutely insulin resistant, so you have to like take it fasted, and then let's put it over here. Actually, maybe it's too close to the computer. My computer's working apparently. It's the Deus Ex soundtrack. It's pretty intense stuff. I've taken it, and I don't recommend it. Insulin is pretty good if you have type 1 diabetes, but I wouldn't use it other than that. Bigger Steve says, you can like cut your steroid dose in half if you add an insulin and growth hormone. That's a game changer. What's that, Chad? No, I already, well, it kind of is the computer a bit, but, yeah. Son of a bitch, gotta go back on my belly. Or my abs, sorry. I don't have a belly, I have abs. Insulin, yeah, there's, you gotta, and then what are you gonna take? You have long-acting insulin, you got the short. You gotta really know what the hell you're doing to take insulin. And so, if you gotta be, extremely diligent if you're gonna take this thing. Especially if you're gonna do like protocols like Milos Sarcev does, where you're taking like this much at this time. You have this sort of intra-workout carbs. It has to be something fast acting. You take this much insulin. You're taking in so many carbs with that sort of thing. It seems like I don't know. I don't really want to be bothered with that sort of thing. I was thinking about getting some Lantus and taking like 10 IUs in the morning every day for a while. That's a pretty relaxed, compared to what some guys do. That's a pretty basic bitch sort of protocol. But I don't want to get into that. Masteron, trash. No, we'll put it in Chud tier because it's not as bad as where the hell was this one? We have Winstrol. Winstrol's trash, but Masteron, you don't get any muscle off that. You get an aesthetic thing, and basically the only aesthetic thing you're getting is that it might give you a little more of a dry look because it's a reverse binding aromatase inhibitor. So it's going to lower your estrogen, and which is why it's better than Winstrol. I assume these are both DHT derivatives. Winstrol just messes up your joints because it changes your collagen synthesis, and so people take it. They take it just for the same reason they take Masteron. Although I think it gives you a more, like what they call it, a diced or a peeled look because it thins your skin. But it also like turns your joints into like brittle little pieces of paper. That's definitely not my computer. People, bodybuilders will chime in and they'll say, it needs to go up here. Just like this one wise guy, he said that Proviron should go up here. Yeah, right, buddy. Yeah, okay. Bodybuilders don't know anything about strength training, and this is primarily what I'm interested in is strength training. It's something useful, not just like looking, being muscular, not being strong. That's, I don't even what the hell are you even doing? Okay, we'll put Primobolan up here in the legendary tier because Primobolan has very little side effects like Anavar. And it's, I I mean, you're going to get more red blood cell development or production than you would with testosterone. So, you gotta keep these things in check. Not as much as you get with equipoise. I don't know why it says test equipoise, unless this is like you're combining the two. Equipoise is trash. Actually, equipoise is maybe down here. No, we'll put it here. But yeah, Primobolan's up here, but it's really expensive and it's probably counterfeit. And so if you're getting, unless you know the source and you can trust them, and you get this, let's say you get it tested, lots of these guys will, lots of these underground labs will give you, instead of getting you Masteron or Primobolan, they just give you testosterone propionate because it's really cheap, and the profit margin's better, and you're still going to be getting gains out of it. So you're like, oh, okay, well, this is obviously real. No, maybe. These apparently, like Masteron's not very good for your hair, probably because it's a DHT derivative. I don't know if Primobolan's that bad. And so, all testosterone is all the same, except Sustanon is trash because you get unstable hormone levels because there's 4 different esters, and those long esters take a long time to kick in. And I like to have a good. It's better to have just take one ester. That way you can more easily control your like hormone levels. Equipoise is bad because you don't get as much strength out of it as you would with test. It's very kidney toxic. You get a shitload of red blood cell production, and it's like fighting to bind with the androgen receptor with testosterone, and testosterone's better. So why would you take equipoise? It takes so long to build up in your system. I mean, equipoise is boldenone, but equipoise is generally the ester you get, which equipoise is like a really long. It's like, I don't know, boldenone on decanate or something. It takes like 6 weeks to kick in fully, or well, I don't know, maybe even more than that to get to like peak levels. And maybe it takes 10 weeks. It's freaking crazy. What do we got next? Yeah, the majority of Sustanon are the long esters. It's like propionate, phenylpropionate, I don't know, something, and then on decanate. It's just trash. Ryan Russo said it's the best one. It also has the depending on the ester weight, like the ones that are fast acting like propionate, that the testosterone compared the ratio of testosterone to ester, and that one is a lot higher than it is with testosterone to all of the esters combined in Sustanon. And then cypionate and enanthate generally have about the same amount of testosterone per milliliter as one another. So they're kind of like tied with one another. Although I just get enanthate because that's just what I started getting. Is that your body kind of gets used to breaking down certain esters, and so it's better just to use those. And it also gets used to breaking down certain carrier oils, let's say like grapeseed oil or cottonseed oil. And so if you just give it the same stuff all the time, then you'll probably have less issues. Terkesterone, chud tier. This is another thing. It's you'd have to be taking it probably on its own to see how well it actually works. I've taken terkesterone before, and I've taken beta-ecdysterone, and they're like plant steroids or something. And there's like no side effects, which is nice. But I didn't really see anything out of it. I mean, there's studies that say that it works pretty good. But is the stuff you're getting any good? I remember for a while from Gorilla Mind, or from More Place More Date's website, the terkesterone had 0 terkesterone in it. That might have been the stuff that I ordered. I don't know, but I'm not gonna waste my money on that. It's better just to spend more money on food, and then do your 10-minute walks. So you don't have to see. There should be like an ancillary tier list. Superdrol, we'll put that in We'll put that in chud tier. It would go up here, but it's this Anavar is pretty toxic, but this is even more toxic. This gives you more strength. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it could go up here, but Superdrol, I've never used that. I have something, or I had something. I might have something allegedly that is supposedly Superdrol, but its price is Dball. Because there's another thing is about these more expensive orals that you get. They could just be counterfeited with Dball, because Dball is really cheap. Because Anavar is really expensive. And there's another one called Primobolan acetate, which is oral Primobolan, and it's not methylated, or what's it, 17 alpha alkylate, or what the hell? Methyl. It's not methylated, so you barely absorb any of it. So that one would go like, I don't know, that one's trash tier for sure. But Superdrol was like popular in I think the early 2000s because it was a gray market, like it's considered a pro hormone, and then it was in a bunch of supplements, over the counter supplements from like you could get it at GNC. And I remember reading this comment a long time ago, and some guy said that he got this supplement from GNC. He took it for 2 weeks and it had Superdrol in it, and he took it for 2 weeks every day, and then his eyes were yellow. So that's how you know it was working. Or, well, at least, real. Because, it works the same way as a steroid does. So I don't really know the difference between a pro hormone and a steroid. Because, these things kind of all act the same. They all act on the androgen receptor. Although some of them work on other receptors, like Trenbolone works on the progesterone receptor. And then there's like glucocorticoid receptors, mineral corticoid receptors. But and then there's another one called Ment. I wouldn't even use Ment. There's like, well, around where I live, there's no availability for. This is pretty much all you can get where I'm from, anyways. And so, I mean, there's albuterol. You can get that. That comes in Helios. Helios is albuterol, yohimbine, and caffeine. I think albuterol is a weaker version of clenbuterol. It's an alternative. There's MK677. I would only use that at like the end of a cycle to like really fill up, because it stimulates your appetite so much, and then you'll also put on a little more water from it. I wouldn't take that regularly. But this is pretty much all you can get, where it's other than testosterone suspension, which is really good. That's the best pre-workout androgen you can take, in my experience. There is Trenbolone suspension, but you can't get that around. You can't get that around where I live. There's Trenbolone and Dball. Yeah, I wouldn't use that because acetate's nice, because if you can handle this, if you can't handle the side effects, it's in your, it's out of your system in like 3 days. But it also is in your system fast enough to start making gains quickly, because your muscles feel like freaking stones when you're taking Trenbolone. Assuming you're like somewhat lean. The strength's pretty good, although once it's I think the Deca does this too. They build up your, and Anavar does this too. It raises your prolactin level, and so eventually your erections will be terrible, and you'll start feeling tired, and you could lactate, and I've done that before. I remember I should have been lactating, but I remember it was in my nipple, and I think it was in there too long because my nipple became inflamed, and then I remember I just touched it to see what the hell I was inspecting. I touched it, and then some like brown like green milk came out. That's probably not good to drink. And I didn't like squeeze it. I just touched it, and then it squirted like 4 feet. So anyways, my nipple felt better after that though, and I haven't been lactating since, even though I've done high trend cycles. Apparently there's some supplements you could take to like keep your prolactin in check, but it's better not to use Trenbolone for that long. When I used it back in my cycle when the hell was that? In the fall, last fall, when I did my 801 for 2, I just used it for like the last 4 or 5 weeks. And because another thing is that it's the best thing for nutrient partitioning, so you fill up really well, and that filling up where your muscles are like at their max capacity for glycogen, that's when you're really freaking strong. So I gained, I think 10 to 13 pounds in about 2 days. I ate like a freaking animal. And although my stamina was terrible, that's another thing, is that Trenbolone ruins your VO2 max. And so if you're doing like higher reps, you're gonna really feel it. All right, that's probably good.